Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Okay, so first we're going to do a little bit of a roll call. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for the winter finale of Empire, Season 5, Episode 9. Had it from my father. Now, before that, I just quickly want to say for 2019 and onward, I'm doing something different on my channel. I'm going to be putting up a video every single day. Every day, unless I'm sick or just can't physically post a video, but every single day I'll post a video, period, no matter what it is. So that's 1. 2, if you are already subscribed to me, please click the notification bell. 3, let's jump right into this mess. I am upset. I am upset because I am not stupid. I know what they're trying to do here. So we'll start things off with Baby Bella. We see that Baby Bella, she has the gun, she's going and she's pointing at everyone and everyone's trying to calm her down. But everyone's talking, so I'm sure Lucius realized that'll make her nervous. That's when he says, everyone be quiet. Then Hakim, he starts singing the song. What was it, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And he did ever so calmly to get the gun away from her. Again, very calm. And that's when everyone's just like, oh my gosh. But now we have to do damage control. So Cookie goes and talks to Tiana and tells Tiana, now's the time for you to go and leave. Leave as in take the kids and you need to focus on you. She knows that she's always told Tiana to have Hakim's back, to work things out. And she's also shown that example of this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a ride or die. But Cookie even now realizes being a ride or die is not everything. It's not everything it's cracked up to be. So you need to focus on living. Forget dying. What's focusing on living? You go and do what's best for you. Do what's best for the kids. And Hakim, he'll just have to grow up. But we're not going to do this thing where you go and sacrifice, woman sacrifices and gets nothing out of it in return. So I said, okay, Cookie, okay. While that's happening, Lucius is telling Hakim, first of all, he has to tell Hakim to sit down because Hakim didn't really want to hear all of that. Lucius had to tell him, hey, I know I grew up in an environment where ever since Lucius was in the 6th grade, he had a gun on him at all times, and that was the environment he was in. And then him and his wife were in a lifestyle that required them to have protection and to do bad things in order to get ahead. He doesn't want that for his kids, and he's really trying to drill that into Hakim. But Hakim is so stubborn that we know that it's not going to be so easy for Hakim to just get over this whole thing. Jamal has a problem with Kai because right now it's okay. Kai is working on this case and he's super excited because he realizes this runs so deep. This is a situation where Empire, thanks to Kingsley, has been allowing the feds to go and have proprietary location information on its users, so essentially selling out the users. And Kai says this is huge. Jamal doesn't like it because he feels like his father's using Kai, which he is, but Kai doesn't care because Kai sees an opportunity in this usation. Now, they're still trying to drum up a game plan, Cookie and Lucius, but they also realize, like I said, what was going to happen. Priorities. They realize what matters most. What matters most is family, but also they need to get this business on the way. They need to move differently, and there's no Kingsley talk. We're not going to figure out how to take him down. We're just going to focus on doing us. Speaking of Kingsley, Kingsley has to discuss things with Giselle. Giselle wants to become the co-CEO of Empire. Again, kind of her own version of a Cookie and Lucius situation where Cookie was the co-CEO at one point of Empire. Giselle wants power. She wants influence. She doesn't want to just be the puppet. She doesn't want to be the cleanup woman anymore. She's tired of that. And I'm thinking he's initially going for it. He doesn't like it, but he's initially going for it because she has information on him. Now we see Quincy, he's at home with his mom, and his mom's so happy. Apparently it's not Christmas yet, but she's giving them presents because her baby's back. And we have Andre to thank. And Andre, he's there, he's downplaying it, but she knows that he played a huge part in this, so she just wants to thank him. They're gonna go to the beach because that's what Quincy wants to do, and Andre's invited, but Andre's trying to dip out. Andre, I'm sure he sees that this family deserves happiness, and Andre doesn't. I don't think that he really thinks he deserves happiness, which is sad. Cookie is super thrilled because Cookie, Lucius, Jamal, as well as Portia, they're all there, and they're watching the news of Kai deliver the information about how Empire is selling proprietary information of its customers illegally to the feds. When I tell you, Becky and Giselle were falling out like, no, Jesus, why? Not the feds, not the popo. Anyone else? Kingsley's pissed, but this is great news. This is great news. Now let's see the damage control that's going to be done. Cookie realizes, all right, this was cute, but now we have to do game plan. Our showcase is tonight, so I have to get the artist prepped. Oh Lord, I'm still barely breathing through my nose. These allergies. It's allergies. It wasn't a cold, it was allergies the entire time. Pissed. Anyway, Giselle, now that what's his name? The main investor, Pizzelli. It starts with a P, right? Whatever. He's back, and he wants to go and figure out, Kingsley, you really did this? You really did this? Kingsley doesn't say no. He just says that he's going to do everything in his power to guarantee that he'll find someone. He'll find the person to blame. I said, oh, so you're going to pass the buck? Trash. You are trash. Now, speaking of Kingsley, well, and Giselle, she's going to do her whole media campaign to try and temporarily smooth this over, which we're all thinking, we'll see what type of magic you can work. The showcase, the preparations occurring, and Cookie is in rare form because it's terrible. They can't do basic choreography. They're tripping over each other. Lucius is there, and Lucius is just thrilled. He's thrilled because he's like, ha 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 ha. But Lucius has to deal with a couple of things due to the thirsty. Before that happens, Jamal is there, and Jamal's upset because Jamal wants to perform his song. He wants to perform his love song, and everyone's looking at him like it's cute, but it's not a headliner. We're not going to do it to close out the show. It's all nice and melodic. We don't need melodic. We need a showstopper. We need 808s, and we need drums, and we need, anyway. Thirsty is there, and Thirsty is actually, is it Thirsty or is it Andre that has to deliver some bad news? Before that happens, Cookie has to get those artists in shape. And Cookie's over it because they're all saying, oh, well, you know what? Maybe if we had this and maybe we had that. And where's your son? Where's Hakeem? Devon. Cookie had to tell him, maybe you're frustrated, sexually frustrated due to abstinence, but don't ever come at me like that again. I said, Cookie, I can't. She's doing too much. And she whips everyone into shape as she's supposed to because Cookie is that woman. But now Hakeem, he has to figure out what he's going to do with Tiana. Tiana's leaving. She doesn't want to deal with this mess. Tiana knows that she deserves better. She had the pep talk from Cookie, so she's going to go. And Hakeem's not going to stand in her way because he realizes that he can't. Now we have Lucius being a father to Andre by telling Andre, you deserve it all, because Andre doesn't think he deserves it all. He just sees Quincy's mother as she's a good person. Quincy's a good person. He doesn't want to bring them into his lifestyle, into his life. But Lucius says it best, which is just throwing me off. And did anyone else notice that Cookie called Lucius Nubby? She was like, I said, Cookie, you know you're wrong for that. You're right, but you're wrong for that. That's so wrong. But he was giving Andre great advice that, hey, we're lions. We fight for everything we have. And you deserve the world. You deserve everything. You deserve the best. And that also includes your relationship with this woman. Don't ever go and shortchange yourself. And Cookie hears that. Now we see Hakeem trying to make amends. And Hakeem, he goes to see Blake. And he tells Blake, hey, can we talk for real? And he tells Blake, dude, Bella, almost died, and I just want to cut the beef. Blake says, I'm sorry. I really wasn't trying to impede on your girl, on your family. I got caught up. But now Hakeem wants Blake to do him a favor, which I said, oh, he's going to perform the showcase. I already knew it. I thought it was obvious. We see that Quincy, he's eating hot dogs at the beach. Remember, it's wintertime with his mom, and everything is just... I'm happy that they had their happy ending, but I'm even happier that Andre showed up, because Quincy said, I have this extra one just in case, for Andre. And Andre shows up, Quincy leaves, Andre talks with Quincy's mama, and Quincy's mama said, no, I know you keep saying you're a bad person, but you aren't. You helped us out. You are a good person, and I understand that things aren't perfect, but I'm not looking for perfection. That's not what she said, but that I'm paraphrasing. That's essentially what she meant. Now, Andre, he's going to have a nice, cute, age-appropriate love interest, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy for it. I'm so happy for him. Becky and Giselle, they're walking through the lobby of Empire, just walking. Becky, again, continues to look like she has a budget. I said, oh, they did Becky right this season. They did Becky right. Until Patelli, that's what his name is. Patelli comes and he says, we know who the mole is. And that's when Kingsley says, yes, we do know who the mole is. It's Becky. I said, what? I thought that he found out about Becky's spying. But no, he's saying, yeah, you're still working with Lucius. And I have emails showing that you are colluding to put out this false information. I'm thinking, what? So then security drags Becky out, basically, because Becky wasn't going. It was like 3 or 4 of them. Becky said, what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Giselle.
Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe and come back.
Looking over there like, no, Kingsley, can we talk? That's not it. It can't be her. It can't be her. Kingsley said, pick a side. He said, pick a side, which means that I don't care. I needed someone to blame. Thirsty has to go and run to Lucius, tell Lucius now that, hey, the plan blew up on our face. Not only is Kingsley not going to be kicked out, even though they're losing investors left and right over at Empire, sponsors I should say, it wasn't enough. He's blaming it on Becky. And Lucius was pissed because Lucius said, dang, Becky's been loyal. And for her to go and be taken down by that man, by him? Oh no. Oh no. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar indeed. The devil is a liar. So now they have to figure out what they're going to do. And Lucius is heated. It's like, Becky? Someone who's proven loyal? What? He was a rat. Kingsley is a rat and putting it on someone. Now Kai goes and talks to Jamal, and they have a minor falling out. Because Kai has been given some new information about the Lion family, particularly Lucius, and the fact that Lucius was one of those people in power that he went and protected his artists. Apparently someone gave him, I said apparently, you mean Kingsley's crew, but whatever, gave Kai information that Lucius in the past has gone as far as to, how should I say this, hide the fact that his artists were less than perfect, squeaky clean, where there was drugs, sexual assault, abuse, physical abuse, all of those things he hid, which we know he did. And Kai wants to expose it. Jamal said, no, give me that dossier. No, you're not doing that. I'm tired of people trying to get me to choose between me and my family, them and my family. This is not happening. I said, oh, so does that mean Kai's not a part of the family? And then Jamal clarifies, like, Kai, you're part of the family. Like, what are you doing? Kai said he won't run the story yet, but he's also thinking about going back to London, which means that this relationship started and ended quickly, unless things don't change soon. Now's the time for the showcase, and Lucius isn't there, so now Cookie has to go and take charge of it like she usually does. Now we get this performance with Blake, Hakeem, and Tiana. So now the song is complete because it has Hakeem's part, and Blake is rapping over Hakeem's part like he did originally. It wasn't my favorite performance from, actually, I liked Blake and Hakeem's parts. Tiana, because Tiana normally just kills it. I felt like it was... We've seen better performances from Tiana. She looks good because she always looks good. That's not the problem. She sounds good because she always sounds good. That's not the problem. The problem is that Kingsley thought he won. And Giselle is thinking, okay, co-CEO, all right, I'm looking out for myself. Maybe I'll help Becky in the future, but not right now. Here comes Lucius. Oh, so you want to go and do this? Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Hit him. Again. Keep hitting him. Here goes Giselle. Lucius, stop it. That's your son. Kingsley going saying, hi, Dad. Oh, God. Kingsley's trash. Does Lucius deserve a son like Kingsley? He actually does. When we get the backstory, he absolutely deserves a son like Kingsley. So now Lucius goes to Kingsley's mother's hospital room because she is in the rehab facility. And now we see when Lucius was younger and before Cookie came around, Lucius was dealing with this girl named White Tasha. And her name was White Tasha. She was white. But we see him walking out of his place, and apparently they probably went and did it, and he also was supplying her with drugs. Now, Shine was there at the time, and Shine was saying, look, you need to go and find you someone permanent. I'm thinking, oh Lord, please don't let this eventually be a storyline where there's other kids in the woodworks, because we know how this show goes. Anything goes with this show. So now she wakes up. She sees Lucius, she's so happy, and I said, oh no, is she coming off the high or something? Is she delusional? What's going on there? And so then she shows him a picture of a younger Kingsley, a supposed younger Kingsley, and said, Lucius, go and look at that picture and tell me that's not your son. I'm so happy you're back. I'm thinking, it's not what you think. Now, Lucius runs back, and Cookie's pissed because Lucius dipped. And she still has a showcase to run. Now, my favorite performance of the night was when it was Jamal, Hakeem, what was it? I think Blake was up there too. Was it Blake? Three Black Divas was up there. Devon was up there. The other rapper guy was up there. And I really liked the performance. Blake was probably up there too. Cookie is saying how Apple, Live Nation, and Nike gave them money and secured the bag. Now, let's be clear, people. A lot of people don't realize this. They're not just throwing out those names randomly. There was probably a check involved. Or at the very least, clearance. Because you have to get those things cleared for a show like this. Now, anyway, it's like over $40 million. Lucius is so happy. But then he sees Giselle. Giselle comes over because Giselle said she has information that could take down Kingsley. Now, Lucius is perturbed because he's thinking, this woman knew that this child was my child. And now she's trying to come over here and say that she wants to go and be co-CEO and allow us to come back into Empire and take over with terms and conditions. Cookie was over it, but Lucius, he wants to entertain it because now it's a matter of what's going to be the best move for them. Lucius and Cookie get to talking, and that's when Lucius says he just doesn't understand. Look, if we take our legacy back as an empire, then we're going to have to give up this other company. And Cookie said, why? I just heard you talk to our eldest child and tell him that you that there's no reason why you can't have it all. Why can't you have it all? We can do both. We can run both. And Cookie sold the condo because she's all in. She's all in. She loves her family and she's committed to her family. I'm thinking, oh Lord. Oh, it always happens this way. And Lucius looks nervous because he knows there's information that can ruin this entire festivities. Now the whole Lyons family comes on stage, and this is when Kingsley comes back. Kingsley comes back, and Kingsley does what Kingsley does best. Kingsley decides, I have a story for you. Kingsley goes and tells his narrative. Giselle's looking like, oh Lord, my plans are ruined. Lord, this child. Well, he says, guess what? Y'all love Lucius, but be clear. Lucius was a drug dealer, and actually, I'll tell you the story of how Lucius is my pappy. So apparently, Lucius was sleeping with my ma and got her pregnant, and he was selling her drugs as well. We fast forward to she got herself clean, and she took me to his house one day, and my brothers, at the time it was Jamal, and it was probably Jamal and Andre. Hakeem probably wasn't born yet. Anyway, now she went there, and Lucius, because Cookie was in there, he went and he was like, oh wait, why are you here? Oh, I don't sell product outside my house. What you can do is, why don't you go over there? And because she was trying to tell him that, hey, I want to introduce you to someone. She says this is her son. She said this is our son. This is partially Lucius's fault, but it's not all of his fault. The way how she handled it was wrong because she wasn't strong enough. Lucius kept trying to pass her along and tried to give her drugs. Not give her drugs, but give her money. He actually gave her $20 to go and buy drugs from one of his partners. And that's where that conversation ended. And I was pissed because I'm thinking it wasn't just Lucius's fault. It was the mama's fault too. So now Cookie's looking like, oh my God, Lucius, please tell me this isn't true. Please tell me this isn't true. And so then Kingsley said, you see my face? Because Kingsley's face was bloody. His face was bloody. And because he wanted the world to see what Lucius did. It's like, yeah, this is the real Lucius line. You can tell that I'm his son because he didn't like what I had to say, so he beat me up. Mom, I went to go and see my mom, and my mom was on the floor, beside herself. And Cookie, that's when she had enough. So now all the boys leave because they're over it. They're like, really, Dad? Really? Another thing? Lucius had nothing to say. What could he say? Really, what could he say? Andre, he went down there, and I said, Andre, do something. I mean, don't do something. Don't do something. You just got out of jail. Don't do something. You're on probation. Don't do something. So that's when Andre said, I'm going to destroy you. Kingsley said, give it your best shot, baby bro. Where's Portia? Portia, knock him out. Someone do something. Do something. And then we fast forward and we see Cookie freaking out. She's like, no. They're in the hospital and we see it's Andre. And Andre, right now, he doesn't have a pulse. The mid-season ends with Andre not having a pulse. Do you hear me? But let's be very clear. Not having a pulse is completely different than being dead. It is not the same thing. They can bring him back to life. That coffin seemed way too small for Andre. I think it's Kingsley. I think Kingsley went too far. I think that's why the feds were looking into it, because it's like, so your son that you just found out was your son that was trying to take over your company died. Now how? I don't know. But I'm going to say I think it's Kingsley. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, 2019, video every day. As long as they're aren't any unforeseen circumstances, we're just going to have fun in 2019. We're going to work hard, have fun. Stay tuned for my star recap, and thank you. Subscribe if you haven't already.